Hey, what's up, friends? And welcome to another video in this series about how to create a parallax theme in WordPress. And in this video, we're gonna take a look at the page templates for each particular restaurant. So in my example here, I have 3 different restaurants. So if I click on, for example, New York, now it just looked like this, nothing special. The featured image is not here, and I would like to make this header a little bit better, and then the text here, of course. I would also like to add section where it can take us to the booking page to make a reservation, and contact details to each restaurant. So that's what we're gonna focus on today, and we are going to need the style sheet, obviously. Then we are going to create a new customizer page because we are going to add a new section in our appearance and customize menu. So I will add one down here, a specific section for the restaurants, and then also we're going to add page templates for each of the 3 restaurants. Right, so let's go get started here. So in the back end, let's go to our theme folder here. CIY Parallax Restaurant, that's the name of the theme. And in here, we're going to have a look at the includes folder, the ink folder. And in this one, I'm going to add a new file, and I'm going to call it pages-customizer.php. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy these comments here, and for this paste it in. All right, so we get the package name, CIY underscore parallax underscore theme, and then add a comment. There's I'm going to do pages customizer functions. Okay, and then let's write a function here. First, a comment. So this is for the restaurants, all of them. So the first one is a function to register it. So I'm going to call this function pages underscore customize underscore register. And this one is going to take in WP underscore customize like this in curly brackets. And what we can do is right now we can add this function. Let's do an action hook. All right, so let's go down outside the function and hit add action like this. And the first parameter it takes in is pre-made WordPress function, so it's customize underscore register to register this action hook, and then we are going to add the function it's going to look for, and it's the name of this function. So just copy and paste it in. And the reason why you want to copy and paste it in is to avoid spelling errors, and it will also save you some time. All right, okay, so now let's add a section for our restaurant section. All right, so it starts with VP underscore customize like this, and let's add section, and we're going to do restaurant underscore pages, and then an array like so. What we do now is hit title, and the title for this one should be maybe restaurant let's also do a capitalized letter, obviously, restaurant pages like this, and then the name of the theme. So it's this name up here, CIY_parallax theme. And after title, we need a description. So a little like so. Okay, so the description for this should be maybe set up your restaurant pages here. Your restaurant pages here, and then we also going to need a priority. So I'm gonna do, just to make sure we have it all in, 239. Then let's end it with semicolon. So now let's add a setting and control for restaurant 1. And the first setting I want is a booking or a book button, so we can send our visitors to our booking page, so they can make a reservation there, right? So let's make a comment that this is a book button and this is restaurant 1. So let's add the normal way, customize, and we need to add a setting, and this setting ID is book button. Then let's do an array. So on the default value should be an empty string, and then the type, as always, theme mod, like so, and we can end that with a semicolon. Next, let's add a controller. So again, vp underscore customize, and let's add control. And for this is the same. We need the ID up here, and then an array, like so. Then the label for this one needs to be reservation button. Reservation button, like this. And then need a description for this, and a description here. Let's just do choose a link, or maybe choose a page, like so. And then the name of the theme, which is this one here. And no, that's wrong. Is it not? Choose a page, paste it in. I don't know why. Maybe I should just copy it. So, and after the description, we need a section. And the section is restaurant pages. So in a string there, and then after the section, we are going to need a the type. So we are going to use drop-down pages for this, because we want the client to choose the page we're going to link to. So it's gonna put in drop down hyphen pages, and then also the priority, and priority is 1 for this. So there we have it there. Let's save it, and what we're gonna do is we need to add this pages customizer in our functions.php. So just gonna do it at the end. So first let's require get underscore template underscore directory, and then let's go to the root of the folder, and then find the ink folder, Then in our ink folder, let's find pages-customizer.php, semicolon at the end, and let's save it. Let's refresh. Now we see restaurant pages right here. So if I open up here, we get the reservation button. We can choose a page. All right. Now the next thing we need to do is obviously we would like text on the button. We want to choose what kind of text. Maybe you don't want a reservation page or anything like that. You might want something else. So you can add that here. So first we need a setting, and then a control. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna copy and paste this like so. Instead of book button, we need a book button text like so. Let's copy this. The theme art, the type is the same. The default, on the other hand, we need to change. Let's do book now. And let's see, let's put this one inside this function here. So, and also we need the name of the theme. So let's copy that up there. And the theme art is the same. And then the controller, the settings ID change. And the label, let's put text on button. On button like so, and then the name of the theme like this, and then the description, let's just write a text. So write a text, write a text like so, and then section is restaurant pages up here. All right, and then we don't need type, just priority. So let's remove type, and then priority is 2. Let's save that. Let's head back to our backend, and let's take a look at the restaurant pages, and here's the text on button. So write a text. You can write a better explanation than me, but you get the idea. Good. What I want to add as well is contact details. So let's just add a comment there, contact details, and what we need here is the same, just setting and ID, setting on controller, sorry. Copy that, and first thing we're gonna add is a restaurant name as an ID. Restaurant, let's go name. Okay, and array is the same. The name of the restaurant as a default value is the CIY Tavern. Theme same. Theme mod is the same. So let's copy that ID and paste it in. And for the label, just write contact details here. Contact details, restaurant 1. Then the description, we need the name of the restaurant, the restaurant, the section restaurant pages. Priority is 3 in this case. Save that, and let's also add the street name. So we need to copy and paste again. So let's just change that from restaurant to street name. And for the first one, Let's just do New York Street 25. Name of theme, thememod. Let's copy the ID. Let's paste it in there, and the label. Should for the controller should be actually, let's just remove this one. I don't think we need a label for this. But the description, let's just put it in. We could put in. Oh, maybe you know what? Let's do the street address, maybe like this. Street address, a name of theme, restaurant pages is a section we need, and then priority is 4. And then let's do a zip code. So again, let's just copy and paste. And here we need just change the ID to zip underscore code. And the zip code, let's just put in, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And theme same, thememod is a type. Then let's copy this for the ID. And here, the description, instead of street address, just put in zip code. And the theme there we got section restaurant pages. Again, let's do the priority to number 5. That's the zip code. We also need the city name for the address. So let's copy again and paste. Okay. So instead of zip code this time, let's change that to street, not city name. Sorry, city name. That's the same, and the city name was New York. Theme is the same, type is the same. Let's copy the ID, change it there, and the description, instead of zip code, let's just have a city name. Section is the same, priority 6. That's the city name. Now let's add also phone number. So can copy and paste. Let's go up a little there, right? So here, instead of city name as an ID, let's do phone underscore number. Then the phone number, the default, let's do 010, and let's do 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then we get the Parallax theme there. Type is the same. Let's copy the ID and change the description to, instead of city name, let's change that to phone number. Everything else is the same, and let's change the priority to 7. So that's the phone number. Let's also add email address, like so. And let's go down there. All right, so email address instead of phone number. Email underscore address, and email, let's just put in the underscore CIY underscore tavern at CIY dot com. And theme same, thememod is the same there. Then change the ID, the description, just email address, and section same, and priority 8. So let's save that, and let's refresh. Restaurant pages, and down here you get the contact details, restaurant 1. Okay, so you get all the contact details here, which is the different from our footer, which is our main head office, if you wish. All right, now let's move on. I also want to add opening hours specifically for this restaurant, and we need a couple of opening hours. We need opening hours for normal weekdays, then weekends, and then if we have any events, I assume. So let's head back here, and under last control for the email address, let's add a new comment. Let's add that as opening hours, and what we need here is to add a setting. So again, just copy and paste, and let's change the setting to weekday opening, day underscore opening, and default. Let's change that from an email address to actual day, so Monday to Friday. Then the theme is the same, the theme mod should be there. Change the ID and the description. So let's put in, maybe input your main opening days here. Your main opening days here. Hello, exclamation mark. Sections fine. Priority is 9. Good. Now let's copy this and let's paste that in, because we need the actual days, right? So instead of weekday opening, let's add hours. So we want to know the hours. And then from weekday opening hours, it's default from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. All right. Scroll up a little, and then let's copy the ID. And let's see the description. Let's just input your main opening hours. Hours here. Theme section, same. Let's change that to 10 priority. So that's the weekdays taken care of. Now let's do our weekends, I guess. So let's copy that. Okay, so instead of weekday opening hours, let's do weekend opening. Let's remove that. And here we need Saturday and Sunday, or just, well, let's do weekends like this, because everyone knows weekends are Saturday and Sundays, right? And then the theme same, and the type is same. Let's copy this here, or let's just remove that. Oh, actually, you know what? This is weekend opening, not weekday. Weekend opening. Let's copy that. Weekend opening, nice. All right, so the description, so input your opening days here, your weekend opening days here. It should be restaurant pages, and priority is 11. And now for the actual hours, let's copy this, and let's paste it in. And for the weekend opening, we just need to add hours. Same thing down here. And the default for weekends is, I guess, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Okay. And then input your weekend opening hours here. And then let's change this to 12. Okay. Let's save that and let's refresh. And let's go back to restaurant pages. So contact details restaurant 1. And actually, we could have added a label there actually. So maybe opening hours, perhaps restaurant 1. Let's head back here, and thing we need here in the control for the first one, let's just do a label. Let's do label, and in this label, let's do maybe opening hours restaurant 1. Okay, and let's save that and let's refresh. All right, so opening hours restaurant 1, a little bit easier to see. Okay, cool. All right, so let's add a page template for restaurant 1. So in the last video, we went through how to make page templates. So and I created a new folder called page-templates, and in here I created first a general template, then a template for the menus, and then a template for the reservation page. Right, so what we're going to do today is we are going to, I'm actually just going to copy this whole thing first. And in this page templates folder, I will create a new file and I will call it page-restaurant-1.php. And let's paste that in. And template name, let's change the template name to just maybe restaurant 1 layout. So restaurant 1 layout. Okay, and then page templates. All right, so here we need the header, of course. Now we have the loop to bring in the content on the page. So if statement, then a while statement, and the thumbnail. We want that, and we want the main with the title. We don't need this class here, reservations, because we don't have reservations on this page. Okay, so we get the content, the title, and the content. What we need now is a class here for booking. So remember we had a booking section there, right? So just a section with a class of booking, and in this section here, let's add an a tag like so, and in the link, just open up and close PHP tag. And what we need is the permalink, so the underscore permalink. And inside here, we need to get theme mod. Okay, and it brings in the ID of that setting. So let's go to our pages customizer. Can close this. All right, so let's scroll up to the top. We had a book button there, right? So let's copy that. Now let's paste that in and a semicolon at the end. And then we also going to need the text there. So let's also add a class to this one, actually. So class and then the button posts. And then inside here, we are going to need a PHP tag. And in this PHP tag, we're going to echo get theme mod. And now we need the text. So go back to customizer here. And it's this one here, book button text. So let's copy and paste that in. And then we also had a default value of, I think, book now, semicolon at the end. Let's save that. Okay, and the next thing is we're going to add contact details. We're also going to add a section with posts and news and events. So we're going to reuse the query. Remember, we had a query on our front page with 3 latest. We're going to do the same here. So let's do that. So first we need a section with a class of section and class of section posts, and posts like this. Go ahead and let's hit tab key, and in here in this section, first let's do an h2, so news and events. And on here in this section we are going to use a div with a class of posts front, and in this class we're going to first do PHP, and let's close it, and I'm just going to copy and paste the query, so it's the same, right? So we get the query, a new WP underscore query with an array. So post per page is 3, so here's where you set it. Then you bring in the normal loop down here. Then I had for news boxes, got the post thumbnail, title, the excerpt, and then the reset post data. So let's copy all this, and let's go back here, and let's paste it in. Okay, let's see, we probably need to clean this one up a little bit so it doesn't look horrible, like so. And let's see, we got the if statement there. Let's bring this in as well. Okay, all right, there you go. Maybe actually one more, like so. All right, there you go. Okay, so you got the post query post. Let's see, probably need to close this one there. All right, let's hit save. Good, let's see what that does. Let's go to our front end and let's refresh. Yeah, right. So in our backend, let's go to the pages, and for the New York, let's add a default template right now. So let's do restaurant 1 layout. Let's update and let's refresh. All right, so we got the image there, New York, nice. The button there needs to fix that, so it's the center. Yeah, news and events, so we're gonna fix all this here as well. All right, good. Okay, so next thing we need to add is we want to use a maybe a permalink for our news and events, like this. So below here, a button maybe that takes us to all of our news and events. So outside the section, or I say inside the section but outside the div, let's add another aref, and in this let's do another PHP tag and the permalink. And for now I'm just gonna direct this to the home page, and then let's give it a class of maybe see button posts perhaps, then view more. Okay, so this is going to be static, so if the user wants to change this, they have to go inside the file here and change it here. All right, now that's the thing we're going to do on this is another section, and let's give it a class of section contact, and let's first do an h2 tag, and let's do contact and opening hours. Okay, so the first thing is the restaurant name. So I'm just gonna do first a span like this, and then let's open up the PHP tag like this. Okay, so first echo get theme underscore mod, and we are going to do restaurant underscore name, I think it was. Let's go back to customizer. Restaurant name, yes. There we go, restaurant name, and default was the CIY tavern. Let's put these in string, and obviously not that. Okay, so that's that. Next, we need the rest of the address. So let's do p, and then php tag, and close it. Again, echo get underscore theme underscore mod, and here we need a street underscore name, and the street name was New York Street 25. All right, and let's do semicolon there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just copy all these all the way to email address. So Control Shift D will copy line 1 down. So that's the zip code, city name, phone number, and email address. So let's change this to zip code, and I think the zip code was 23456. 23456, like so. Next, street name, sorry, zip code, city name, and the city name is New York. And next we got the phone number, and the phone number for this one was 010 2345 6789, like this. And then the email address, email underscore address, and I think the email address was the underscore CIY underscore tavern at ciy.com, like this. All right, then we're also going to need the weekday and weekend opening hours. So I'm going to do another span tag like this, and then just open up a PHP tag and close it. And then normal, just echo get underscore theme underscore mod, and we get the weekday underscore opening, like so. And we got Monday to Friday, like this, semicolon at the end. Then another p tag, and this is again same here, and close it, and echo get underscore theme underscore mod. And in this case, the theme mod is weekday opening hours. So weekday opening hours, and I think we put in 08 a.m. to 10 p.m. like this. Now let's copy these two lines and let's paste it in. So instead of weekday opening, we need weekend opening, and instead of Monday to Friday, just put in weekends. And the weekday opening hours should be weekend. And here we set that to 10, and then this one was 11. All right, so that's that. Let's copy this. Oh, sorry, not copy. Let's save this and let's refresh on the front end. All right, so we got the button there nice and done, and we'll book now. Right, okay, so we need to style this, and we need to have a closer look at this. Think maybe I should do that. Okay, let's add everything else for the other two restaurants as well. So if we go back to Pages Customizer, it's pretty simple. What we're gonna do is we're gonna copy exactly everything from restaurant 1, this comment, and everything here. And let's go down here and paste it in 2 times. This has 3 restaurants, so let's scroll back up to down here. Let's change the comment to 2. All right, so now we're on this page. Let's add the IDs for this. So book button 2, okay, and then the rest is the same. Book button 2. Now we get the reservation button for restaurant 2, I guess, or what did I have on the other one? Let's just make it so it looks similar. Customize restaurant pages, opening hours. Okay, so yeah, contact details, restaurant, or let's just do restaurant 2 as a label. Restaurant 2, and then got choose a link, restaurant pages drop down, but here need priority 13. Okay, and then setting for the text, let's just add that. So we got 2. Let's keep that simple as possible. Book now, same. 2. I guess text on button, same. Write text. That's all good. Change that to 14. Then for contact details, let's change that to 2. And I'm just gonna keep the same name. You can change that if you want. Dmod and restaurant name 2. Contact details for restaurant 2. And all this is same. And then 15. Then street name is 2. So no, and this is this Miami? Let's have a look at the front end there. Let's taco nice Miami. Yes, let's do Miami. So restaurant name that okay, and then I just had Miami Street 25. Let's keep it simple. All right, then down here, change the ID again, and here let's change that to 16. Then with zip code, we have zip code 2. Let's do the same zip code. Change the ID down there. Scroll up so you can see. And restaurant pages, and here is the priority 17. Okay, then city name 2. It's not New York, it's Miami, and theme mod the same. City name 2. City name, restaurant pages, let's change that to 18. Then phone number 2. Same there. 2. Just gonna keep the same phone number. And then the priority is 19. Then email address, same there, 2. You're gonna keep the same, 2. Email address, then down here need 20. Cool. And then for the opening hours, the weekday opening 2, Monday, Friday, same here. Let's change that. Yeah, same. Let's do 21. Then weekday opening hours 2. They have the same. In my world, they have the same. And then the priority is 22. All right. And then for weekend opening, let's do 2. And weekend opening 2. And here 23. And weekend opening hours 2. Same there. Change the ID. And here 24. Okay, so that's for restaurant 2. Now let's take care of restaurant 3. Let's change the comment there to 3. And book button 3, same here. Then book button 3. And then it's gonna do restaurant 3. Choose a page. This is the same. Change the ID or priority to 25. Then book button text underscore 3. This is the same. Label text on button, yeah, same, but priority needs to be 26. Then for the contact details, let's do the same there. 3 underscore 3. There we go. And then 27. Street name 3. Then what's the Seoul? Seoul Street 25. And street name 3. Then 28. Then same for zip code. And zip code 3. Then we got 29. Then city name 3. This should be changed to Seoul. Then city name 3. And here 30 priority. Then phone number 3. Number 3. Keep everything same. And 31. Then email address 3. Change here as well. 3 and 32. Okay, weekend opening 3. Same there. Weekday opening hours 3. Weekend opening hours 3. And let's go down. Weekend opening 3. And your weekends, same there. 3. And down here as well. 3. And 3. Okay, so let's change the priority. So this is 33. And here 34. And then 35. Then obviously 36. Okay, let's save that. Let's go back here and let's refresh. See what we got. Okay, so we got opening hours restaurant 1. Then this is the contact details for restaurant 2. You see this is restaurant 2. Choose a page. Opening hours restaurant 1. Okay, we need to change that. Yeah, okay. So main opening hours restaurant 3. Let's see, is there any other place. Don't think so. Yeah, right here. So this is 2, right? Restaurant 2. Oh, this is also restaurant 3. Sorry. 3. Okay, and that should be it for this. And let's have a look here. Restaurant 2. Ours here. Restaurant 1. And let's have a look up here as well. This is what changed. Restaurant 2. Yeah, okay. I think this is it. Refresh again, and let's look here at the restaurant pages. Scroll down, open restaurant 1. Go restaurant 2. Talks about the restaurant 2. Restaurant 2. This is restaurant 3. All right. Then restaurant 3. Okay, nice. Now let's change this on the front end as well. So in our, well, actually, we have to add the pages here. So page templates, let's add a new file, and let's call it page restaurant -2.php, and let's also do page 3 there. Okay, so we got page restaurant-3.php, and for these they're pretty much the same. So if you go to page 2, for example, they have the exact same, almost the exact same layout. So let's just copy and paste all this. So Control A and Control C, and I managed to misspell 2. Okay, so let's save. Let's change up here, restaurant 3 layout, and here restaurant 2 layout, and let's just rename it. All right, let's see, 2, like this. Would have driven me crazy otherwise. Okay, so let's save all this, and let's go to our front end, and let's sorry, back end, and let's add page templates to these pages. Let's go to all pages. First, let's do Miami, which was restaurant 2 layout. Oh, we got it there. And then for Seoul, it should give restaurant 3 layout. So we got the restaurant 3 layout. Let's update. Okay, now let's head back here, and let's go into Miami. Okay, oh yeah, that's right. I think we need to add a few things there. Just refresh. Did not choose that. Okay, yeah, well, then let's take a look. Template name. Oh yes. Okay, good. Let's see. Oh wait, what? You know what? I don't think I picked a page for these. So let's do that. Let's go back to our appearance, customize, and let's do in a parallax scroll. Okay, or is it pages section? No. Parallax scroll, and let's head down all the way here. So let's choose a page for Miami. So let's do Miami, and let's do Seoul. So that's probably why it didn't work. Publish, let's refresh, and now let's push it here. Right, now you got the page template. All right, and let's also do for Seoul. All right, so we got the Nice little page template there. Thing we're gonna add change here is the address, the default. So we got that. All right. So let's do restaurant 2. So that was Miami. So let's just change Miami down here. And change that. Miami, and everything is actually same. Let's do restaurant 3 and all the way down to the bottom. So you get Seoul street and then zip code and then city of Seoul, like that. Then let's go on the front end. Let's refresh. Right, so now you see the name there changes. All right, cool. Okay, so let's have a look at the styling. Okay, so another thing I think we need to do is don't need to reinvent the wheel. So if we go back here to the front-page.php, we have a different name of the IDs. So up here we have section and section events. So if we go to restaurant 1 and down here with section posts instead of section events, so let's change that to section events like this. And then also I think we had class and news front. So let's see, we changed it. We had posts front. So let's do news front. And I think the news boxes was correct. Let's see the button down here, button posts. That one's the same. Okay, let's actually let's save this. Let's take a look at our New York page. Okay, so now we got this one much nicer. So let's take care of this one here. So I think this one had has a button posts. Let's see, did I change that? Yeah, button posts. That's nice. And front page. Got the same ID and yeah, got the same ID. Permalink button post and yep, that's that. Cool. Let's change it also for the other two. So we had restaurant 1. That was section events and news. Front section events. Then news. Save and then let's head over to restaurant 3. All right, so new section events and news front. Save and so that's that. Now let's take a look at some other styling. We need to fix this button and this section down here. So let's take care of that now. So in the backend, let's go to our styling or the CIY style CSS and let's take a look. Okay, so we have for our pages. Let's see. This should be pretty nice though. No, that's good. Okay, so before our footer, let's make another comment. And let's name that restaurant pages, like this. Scroll up a little bit. Okay, so the first one was, I think it was a booking. Let's have a look at restaurant 1 there. Yeah, class of booking here, right? So let's make sure that that button is not in the middle of everything. So booking, and maybe make it a class. All right, so booking, we got the margin of 40 pixels, and then we have a text align, and let's put that as center. And let's save that, refresh. Let's see what we got. All right, so now the button there is in the middle. Nice. Cool, and then this section is already taken care of, right? So let's do this section here, and we call this section section contact. So under here, let's do a section contact. For the section contact, we need text align center and a padding of 40 pixels, and then a letter spacing 1 pixel. That's in general. So let's save that. Let's take a look what it looks like. So now we got this here nice and done. So let's take care of this this header, maybe a little bit more margin here. Then also the span text. So this one here should be bold. Same with maybe here weekends and Monday to Friday. Okay. So let's go back to our style sheet and let's excuse me, do section contact, and let's target the h2 header, and in there let's do a margin bottom 30 pixels like so, and let's refresh. Okay, so we get a little bigger padding here in between. Now let's do the span tags. So again, section contact span, and the font weight, let's do it bold like so. Save that and let's refresh. Okay, so that's not bad. Okay, that's that cool. And yeah, I don't know what else. That's pretty much it for this page. And now that's New York. Let's just take a look there to make sure that the Miami looks the same, right? You got a nice little text and button there, and well, you can set the location here in the customizer. And we got the events, view more on, nice. And then for Soul, looking good, looking good. Okay, so this video kind of drags out a little bit, so I think we'll stop here. In the next video, we'll take care of the images and make it more suitable for mobile devices as well, and some general cleanup. So that's it. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next.